Okay, so everybody says I worry. So I am reading a book called Calm, and it's called A Proven Four-Step Process Designed Specifically for Women Who Worry. Well, here's what it says first. Anytime you answer the scary question with a negative assumption, I think that says assumption, A-S-S-U-M-P-T-I-O, or enormous amount of worry can set in. That's why the first step in Calm process is so critical. Challenge your optimism. I guess she discovered it, the person who wrote this book. Anytime you, challenge your assumptions, or whatever that was. I discovered the value of doing just that while pumping gas at a part-time job when I was 17 years old. One day a customer pulled up and I ran to provide the top-notch customer service my boss had trained me to give. While the car was being filled up with gas, I checked the oil and cleaned the windshield. Then I took the man's money and went inside to get change. When I returned, a few smiles and said, "Have a great weekend." With that, he drove off, taking the entire gas pump with him. I had forgot to take the nozzle out of this car. The entire approach came crashing down, and there was glass everywhere. My boss saw what had happened from his office and came boarding out, screaming, "Destiny, go home." That was, I guess, her name. I left work, but I did not go home because I was too embarrassed. Instead, I wandered the streets hours trying to figure out how I was going to get my friends and family that I'd been fired from my first job. Of course, I eventually did get home. Later that night, my boss called and said, "Destiny, you're not fired. I was just really mad, so I sent you home because I didn't want something to say something I would get." That's a nice boss, though, in the story. That's how bosses should be, but sometimes they're not. But mine are. What can you learn from this story? First, if you worry about making mistakes, remember that a particular dasher at an highway station did not lose my bet. It's helpful to remember that the outcome of all mistakes is really as bad as we imagined it. Second, I spent hours waiting for knock up inside and too embarrassed to go home on base of an assumption that I'd been fired. Let's face it, it was a pretty good assumption. Nevertheless, it was incorrect, and it caused me to be nevertheless upset. Negative assumptions create unnecessary worry. The key to inner peace is to challenge your conclusion before they reach this point. But how do you go about doing that? After all, there's what makes sense to you. So how can you break free from this? This chapter is over 6 assumption questions that will help you challenge your own assumption and restore your calm. I'm not going to read all of this because it's a lot. But it says get a second opinion. But it says the tricky part is not how, in fact, how to ask for a second opinion. It's very easy. It can be as simple as saying, "This is the situation I'm in, and this is what I think. How do you see it?" This uncompleted phrase can open the door to making and set the problem-solve process in motion. The tricky part of this process is who. You must be selected and decide who advice you seek. If you poke around a beehive in search of honey, you just might get stung. Whether you choose a close friend, a colleague, or relative, or even a casual acquaintance, here's what you need to know before you ask. Seek honest and real-life feedback. Ultimately, the goal of request a second opinion is to encourage in a construction solution seek process, gain conversation. Don't just look for something to reinforce that you have already had. Choose a person who will provide the honest and waste something in your situation. Beware of your worry buddy. These are the people in your life who feel as much as no more than you do. Ask them for a second opinion can backfire. The feedback must be created in even more or worry and uncertainty due to the uncertain ability to point out impossible pitfalls, unlikely danger that you have thought of. Who worries less than you do and who's capable of providing? Avoid negative thinkers. Stay clear of asking the folks for the possession of your system a downforce. Can have such a strong pull that you might find yourself even more confused and frustrated than you did before you asked for a second opinion. Choose an optimist. This very best person to talk to someone who balanced the honesty and wisdom approach with a healthy dose of optimism. I'm not talking about someone who provides very false or misleading reassurance. I mean somebody who chooses to search for the most helpful view in any situation. A first can help you identify and challenge incorrect assumption. A single idea can show you a way around appear to be dead end, and just a glimpse of light cast on a different angle can help you find hope in seemingly impossible. When you need help solving a problem, even the debates are really mine. Talk to someone else and get a second opinion. Okay. That's all I have to say more about this book.